OnePlus, you are very sneaky. Very, very sneaky. I just saw the OnePlus V Fold renders for the first time this morning. And don't mean to toot my own horn, but I was one of the very first people or channels to report on this. I had put a video out earlier on the leaked renders of this device a little earlier, a lot earlier this morning. But now, since everybody's caught on, and there's been a little more information that's come out, not a lot, but a little bit more, and I was doing some more research today on it, and it's actually the very first big foldable that I could actually see myself using or wanting. I have had the Flip 1, Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 1. No, not the 1. I had the 2, the 3, and the 4. Now, but I've never had any urge to get the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold series. The Fold series opens up like a book. The Flip series opens up like a clamshell design or a old school Motorola StarTAC. Now, I think that's why I've been attracted to the Z Flip series, just because of the nostalgia. I had one of the first StarTAC phones when they came out way back when I'm sure some of you viewers were not even born yet. Now, I also had, I forgot the name of it, the Samsung Galaxy, whatever. It was like one of their last smartphones to run. It did not have Android on it. It had like Tizen or Tizen, whatever they call it. Pretty crappy, but it was cool for what it was, right? It was like ahead of its time. I believe, I'll try to do some research. I believe it was the year 2000 or 2001. So we're talking about 20 plus years ago. Okay, whatever. OnePlus V Fold is an incredibly intriguing device. Now, when the renders come out, check this out. Okay, so when leaks come out, whether it be from OnePlus or it comes from the White House, leaks come out because somebody wants them to get out, right? It's not like there's a burglar that breaks in the OnePlus headquarters or the OnePlus offices and like steals some files and they run out in the middle of the night. This was purposely, now I don't know this, I don't have this as a factual statement, but I would basically bet anything on it that the OnePlus PR team or OnePlus company, their promotions department, or like I said, public relations department, leaked these out on purpose, just to get the feel, just to get, the temperature of, like, the device. Now, my temperature is boom, burning hot, because this is the very first book style device, foldable, that I actually could see myself wanting. Now, why? What's the difference between this OnePlus V Fold and the others, such as the Samsungs, or like now the Google, or the Oppo has I think it's the Find In, as in Nancy. This one looks cool. All the others, it's just something about the design that looks like a hassle. It looks like a big clunk. It looks have a lot to do with devices, as far as I'm concerned, personally. The way it looks, the way it feels. Pause. What else? Obviously, looks, feels have a lot to do with it, right? Usability, I guess. Now, one thing that shied me away from these book style foldables is that, for one thing, when it's folded like a phone, when it's actually folded together, using the device on the outside display, I messed with a couple of folds and it just feels weird, and you don't get 100. You may get like 95% of a regular device's functionality, like a Pixel or just any regular phone. You get like, there's like always one or two features you can't do. It just feels weird. The dimensions are not right. It's just weird. And then folding it open, I'm not supposed to, but every now and then when I'm at a red light and trying to use the phone or GPS, having something that big, now I say, well, you can always fold it and use it, but like I just said, it just feels like something's not right. They're thick, especially when they're folded. You're trying to use it like a regular phone. It's really thick. It is just something just is not right. Now, with this one, the reason why this looks different is that because when it's folded, now get this too, it has a nice big display when you open it up, nice big display, but typically on the Samsungs and the Pixels, when you fold it, the outside display looks like a cheap Android phone, looks like a Motorola, or, you know what I'm saying, I don't even want to use it when it's folded. So I wish, and it looks like, and this is what it comes down to, I wish I had a phone that looked and felt like my S23 Ultra that I'm filming on, or my Pixel 7 Pro. I want something that when it's folded together, I can use it and it feels like that, right? It feels like a regular phone. This OnePlus V Fold finally looks like the outside display, when it's closed, the outside display looks like a OnePlus phone. It looks really thin. It has nice squared off edges. It's not rounded, and just the dimensions, whatever they did, OnePlus, whatever y'all did in the R&D department, I think this is going to be the best foldable, hands down. When I'm talking about foldable, I'm talking about like book style. I'm not talking about the flip style. And I'm done with foldables. Well, at least, again, I haven't had the book style one. I had the flip. I'm not going to go through that story again. They're just not dependable. I dropped it maybe 2-3 feet off of the fake wood flooring, and it broke. And it shouldn't be that way. Now, the other reason why I'm very excited about this is because OnePlus specs out their phones to the max. I mean, I can see this one having 12 gigs of RAM. Now I know the Samsung does, but this is going to have 12 gigs of RAM. It's going to have a 16 gig option, I'm sure. They're going to put a ton of storage in it. One good thing about OnePlus is, I know I've kind of dogged on them lately because I've had the OnePlus 10T, the OnePlus 10 Pro, and I did not get the 11 series just because their software experience, I'm just not satisfied with it like I have been in the past. This one looks to be different, but now it's going to have probably the same software. But one good thing about OnePlus is that they always are very, very fast. That's what initially got me to continually buying their devices year after year. And I started my very first one, I think it was the 5T. So for the last 5 years, I've always had a OnePlus phone. And they're just very snappy, very fast. That's what I like about my Pixel 7 Pro. It feels like a OnePlus experience. It's very fast, very fluid. But this foldable feels different. If it's going to have that fast, snappy software on there, the look and the design is what's going to set this apart from the Samsung devices, from the Google Pixel Fold. This one here is going to be the foldable to get. I promise you, this is going to be the one to get. It looks cool. The design looks cool. How thin it is. Now, another thing is they said on the back of it, it has on the patent for it, it has a leather, which I'm kind of waiting to see how this unfolds with, so as time goes on, some of the specs with the back a leather-like texture. Not really quite sure if I'm gonna like that or not, and or their reasoning. Now, I doubt. Who knows? I don't know. It could be a soft leather. It could be like a fake suede leather. I doubt that. But like that was just a weird. I read that and I was like, well, leather. But whatever. We'll just have to wait and see. We put cases on them anyways. That's the other thing about foldables. The case selection sucks. There's just not much to choose from. But they're excited now. Oh, also want to see what their when you open it up, the camera, the Galaxy Z Fold series, Fold 4 that's out now, and the Fold 5 that's coming out next month. They have under display sensors in their display. When you open it up, the camera that's inside there, the selfie camera, is under the display. I want to see how OnePlus implements the selfie camera inside the display when it's folded open, because I'm pretty sure they're going to do the same thing under display. If you don't know, OnePlus is owned by Oppo. Oppo is a Chinese company. The Chinese have had under display selfie cameras for years now. And I can almost guarantee you that it's nothing to them, right? They've been using that technology for, if you go get it, those Oppo phones on AliExpress, a ton of them that have under display selfie cameras. Same thing with Xiaomi, stuff like that. So I'm very, very interested and intrigued to see how this plays out. In OnePlus, I think you have a home run here, because if you get my attention, and I'm a tech professional, so if you get my attention, I think you're going to have a good device here. I'm going to at you OnePlus because I think you have something, and the fanfare and the opinions that I've seen online, for the most part, look great. And of course, you get every now and then you get a dope here and there that says, oh, it's whatever. Disregard their opinions. But hang on one second. So, gotta get food for the family. So as I was saying, yeah, I think this is going to be a really cool device. I think this is, again, going to be the very first book style. I don't know what the industry term is for this type of foldable. I know clamshells for like these old StarTAC ones, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. But I'm just trying to explain to myself how to explain it. But I think this is going to be the first book style foldable that I really want. I would like to have this. I'm interested to see how big it is. I know it's already thin, but I would like to see the numbers. I want to see the RAM they put in there. I know they're going to spec it out. I know they're going to use probably UFS 4.0 at least, maybe 4.1, but that may be still down the road. I want to say, at least 256 gigs of RAM. What else do we need in there? I want to see how big the outside display is and the dimensions of the display. I know they just released the tablet with a little weird, not weird, but not common aspect ratio. More of a 3x4 design. So very interested in this, and I think OnePlus needs to move forward with production, because if they promote it properly, if OnePlus I know the US is not a big OnePlus market, meaning not too many people have them, and I know you could basically just buy them in T-Mobile, but if they could find clever ways to promote this, if they could find clever ways to promote it on social media, even just commercials on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, I think they had Iron Man, whatever his name is, as their spokesperson for the U.S. market the last few years. Get somebody famous to use it. Go to Laker games and football games and have them on the big jumbotron. Little stuff like that. It does make a difference. So if they can find clever ways to promote this, they have a home run on their hands.